Welcome to the contract signing ceremony for preparation of the Meghna River Master Plan. Today we are extremely pleased and privileged to welcome our Honorable Minister of Local Government, Cooperatives and Local Government Rural Development and Cooperatives, Mohammad Tajul Islam MP. And also may I extend an extreme warm welcome to our Honorable Senior Secretary of the Local Government Division, Mr. Helaluddin Ahmed. We have Country Director of AFD and Country Director of KFW, and Frank Ricord, the Deputy Head of the Mission of French Embassy to Bangladesh, as well as Rafika Heta, Deputy Head of the Mission of Danish Embassy to Bangladesh, Ali Mustakbat, Head of the Mission, Head of the Trade of Danish Embassy, Bangladesh, and Country Director KFW, Anirban Kundo, with us. And we have colleagues from Local Government Division and Dhaka Wasa, and journalists from different print and electronic media. Please join and extend a very warm and a hearty welcome to them. And ladies and gentlemen, before go for the main course of the ceremony, I would like to share a very short background of the assignment. Just in 2016, our Honorable Prime Minister at one of the ethnic meetings directed to form a high-level committee to prepare master plan for the rivers in Bangladesh to keep the river free from pollution as well as free from encroachment, and to increase the navigability of the rivers. And a few days later, Meghna River was taken under the purview of the committee. And committee first realized that the master plan should be prepared first, and then we will do accordingly. And as a part of that initiatives, today we are going to sign the contract with the consultants Iwm in association with Cegis. And now, without further ado, I'd like to call upon Engineer Taksim Ahmed Khan, Managing Director of Dhaka Wasa, to present the present scenario and deliver his welcome speech to the audience. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. আজকের এই কন্ট্রাক্ট সাইনিং সেরেমনির মাননীয় প্রধান অতিথি, গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাংলাদেশ সরকারের মাননীয় মন্ত্রী জনাব তাজুল ইসলাম, মাননীয় প্রধান সভাপতি জনাব হেলালুদ্দিন আহমেদ, আমি আপনাদের অনুমতি নিয়ে, যেহেতু আমাদের এখানে আজকে অনেক বিদেশি আছেন, আমি ইংরেজিতে কথা বলার অনুমতি নিচ্ছি। With the permission of the chair and with the permission of the chief guest, let me speak in English. Honorable the Minister, the Senior Secretary, and here we are seeing the presence of His Excellency the Charge d'Affaires of France and the Charge d'Affaires of Denmark here, as well as the country directors of AFD, country directors of KFW, and also from Danish Embassy. Ladies and gentlemen, so today we have gathered here, as has been told, that to sign a contract. The government of Bangladesh is going to sign a contract with the consultant consisting of IWM in cooperation with Cegis to overlook or to look after the master plan of the Meghna River. Let me tell you the reason why we are here and the reason why this master plan has to be made. First of all, as you know, Dhaka is a wonderful city surrounded by 4 marvelous river, Buriganga, Shitalakha, Turag, and Balu, and also a little bit with Dhaleshwari. So this is one of the best capital in the world which is surrounded by all beautiful rivers. And Bangladesh is also a delta country. But unfortunately, those 5 rivers are so polluted that we, the Dhaka Wasa, those who are serving water and sewerage system in Dhaka city, we are the worst sufferer because we are treating the water, but we can't treat the water from the river Buriganga or Shitalakha due to the pollution. And that is the reason why we have to go to bring the water from the river Padma and river Meghna. So we need this water quality of those rivers should be bring back to its original. And also at this moment, the Meghna river, obviously at this moment it is a very good river, but we don't want that this river should become a river like Buriganga. And that is the reason why the government, has taken a bold decision to take care of all the rivers of Bangladesh. And for that, a high-level committee has been formed with the chairmanship of the Honorable Minister LGRD, Mohammad Tajul Islam, and that committee is looking after all those rivers. And on a part of it, because we have already a master plan we made for the river of Buriganga Shitalakha, but now we are going to sign a contract with the consultants of IWM and CGIS to make the master plan of the river Meghna. And that is the reason why today we are here. So I'd like to welcome all those who are here. And also, as it is, we are also one of the worst sufferers because Dhaka Wasa is constructing various water treatment plants. And that is the reason why we are also associated with this endeavor for the master plan of river Meghna. So by this, I'd like to welcome all of you to this contract signing ceremony. And I'm extremely happy, and we are really pleased and delighted, honored. The Honorable Minister has given his time to be here in the contract signing, as well as the Senior Secretary. Also, we are honored that our development partners are also with us in this signing ceremony, and we like to welcome them and like to thank all the development partners, those who are present here. So by this, I like to stop here and welcome you all again. আমি একটু আমাদের মিডিয়ার সুবিধার্থে একটু সারসংক্ষেপে বাংলায় বলবো। সেটা হচ্ছে যে যেটা আমি একটু আগে বলেছিলাম যে ঢাকা শহরটা অত্যন্ত সুন্দর একটা শহর, চারদিকে মালার মতো চারটা নদী, বুড়িগঙ্গা, শীতলক্ষ্যা, তুরাগ, বালু এবং কিছুটা ধলেশ্বরী। এত সুন্দর শহর পৃথিবীতে খুব কমই আছে, অথচ আমরা এত সুন্দর শহরের পাশে বুড়িগঙ্গা নদী থেকে পানি নিয়ে ঢাকা ওয়াসা আজকে ট্রিটমেন্ট করতে পারে না, বিকজ ওই পানিটা অত্যন্ত দূষিত, এবং সেই কারণে আমাদেরকে পানি আনার জন্য যেতে হচ্ছে পদ্মা নদীতে, মেঘনা নদীতে। তো কাজেই এই রকম যাতে ইতিমধ্যে আপনারা জানেন যে সরকার উদ্যোগ নিয়েছে এবং বুড়িগঙ্গা নদীর দূষণ রোধকল্পে মাস্টার প্ল্যান তৈরি হয়েছে এবং অ্যাকশন প্ল্যান চলছে, এবং আমাদের মাননীয় মন্ত্রীর নেতৃত্বে অত্যন্ত কি বলবেন যে দ্রুত গতিতে নদী উদ্ধারের কাজ চলছে। ঠিক সেই রকমই মেঘনা নদী যে এখনও অত্যন্ত ভালো আছে, কিন্তু মেঘনা নদী যেন কোনোদিনও আবার ওই অবস্থায় চলে না যায়, সেই জন্য মেঘনা নদীর একটা মাস্টার প্ল্যান তৈরি করা সরকার মনে করে খুবই জরুরি, এবং সেই কারণেই এই মাস্টার প্ল্যানটা তৈরি করার জন্য আমরা IWM এবং CGIS, আমাদের বাংলাদেশের দুটো অত্যন্ত দামি এবং অত্যন্ত নামী এবং অত্যন্ত প্রফেশনাল কনসাল্টিং ফার্মকে আমরা নিয়োগ করেছি। আজকে এই চুক্তি স্বাক্ষর অনুষ্ঠান এখানে হবে, এবং বাংলাদেশ সরকারের পক্ষে লোকাল গভর্নমেন্ট মিনিস্ট্রির সম্মানিত আমাদের জয়েন্ট সেক্রেটারি মিস্টার খায়রুল ইসলাম এই চুক্তি স্বাক্ষর করবেন সরকারের পক্ষে, এবং কনসালটেন্টদের পক্ষে চুক্তি স্বাক্ষর করবেন IWM-এর এক্সিকিউটিভ ডাইরেক্টর ইঞ্জিনিয়ার সালেহ খান। সো এটাই হচ্ছে আমাদের আজকের এখানের মূল উদ্দেশ্য আসার। আমি এটুকুই সারসংক্ষেপে বললাম, এবং আমি ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি আমাদের মিডিয়া, আমাদের ইলেকট্রনিক মিডিয়া এবং প্রিন্ট মিডিয়া, যারা কষ্ট করে আমাদের সাথে এখানে এসছেন এবং আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানটা দেখছেন। এবং এই সাথে আমি একটু বলে নিচ্ছি যে আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানটা আমাদের লাইভ স্ট্রিম হচ্ছে, অর্থাৎ উই আর ব্রডকাস্টিং লাইভ আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজে এবং ঢাকা ওয়াসা ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে। সো সবাইকে আবারও ধন্যবাদ, এবং আমরা আশা করি আমাদের এই যাত্রায় আমরা আমাদের নদীগুলোকে ইনশাআল্লাহ রক্ষা করতে সক্ষম হব। ধন্যবাদ। জয় বাংলা।
Thank you, Managing Director, Dhaka Wasa. Now I would like to request Mr. Abu Saleh Khan, Executive Director, Institute of Water Modeling, for delivering his speech shortly.
Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Mohammad Tajul Islam, Minister, Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Honorable Chairperson of today's program, Mr. Helaluddin Ahmed, Senior Secretary, Local Government Division, Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Engineer Taskim M. Khan, Managing Director of Dhaka Wasa, distinguished guests, participants, and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is a privilege and honor for me to attend this program today. I thank Dhaka Wasa and the government of Bangladesh in assigning this task to us, and we give our assurance that we will do this work following the best standard practices and maintaining the required quality. Institute of Water Modeling is an independent trust formed by the government of Bangladesh and operates under the Trust Act. The main objectives of formation of the trust was to support the different agencies and development organizations in Bangladesh in their development activities in the water resources and environment sector. We use advanced tools like mathematical models, state-of-the-art survey techniques to provide the solutions, and we are very hopeful that being assigned by the government to do this task, we'll do it to the international level standards. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, Mr. Abu Saleh Khan. And now, may I request Mr. Malik Fida Abdullah Khan, Executive Director, CEGIS, to deliver his speech.
Honorable Chief Guest, the Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Honorable Chairperson of this session, Senior Secretary, Local Government Divisions, the Managing Director of DWASA, and the development partners, the ambassadors and representatives, Executive Director of IWM, and also the delegates from the ministries and also the DWASA. Thank you for the initiative of this kind of master plan, especially as you know that in the Bangladesh Delta Plan, one of the important objective is to the freshwater supply and the freshwater availability for the different urban areas and also the different cities. And we identified in the Delta Plan that one of the important source of the drinking water is the Meghna Basin. It's not only the Meghna River, but it's also the Meghna Basins, compared to the other two basins, the Ganges and the Brahmaputra. So I think that this initiative will boost up the water supply system in the not only in the Dhaka city, but also in the other cities surrounding the Meghna River. As you know that there is a 4 components of this study, that the pollution control, environmental compliance, then the riverbank stability, and also the riverbank erosions. And I think that we must also consider the availability of the water, and in terms of the climate change, and also the encroachment, particularly this segment of the river. As already our Managing Director of the DWASA mentioned, that the part of the river is considered under the master plan from Bhairab Bazar to the Chandpur, but I think that we must consider the approach for the basin wide, so that we can identify that what are the sources of the pollutions, water the encroachment, particularly this segment of the river, and we can also see the impact of the climate change so that we can continuously supply of the water, not only the Dhaka city, but also the surrounding other cities of these countries. And as you know that the Meghna Basin is comparatively virgin compared to the Brahmaputra and the Ganges. So there is a huge potentiality of this river, not only the supply of the water, but also for the navigability. So that's why there is another component is the navigability. I think that two institutes, the Center for Environmental and Geographic Information Services and IWM, both are under the Ministry of Water Resources and working as a public trust nationally and also internationally. We are also working in Bhutan, in India and Nepal. Similarly, I think the IWM is also working in the other countries. So definitely we will try our level best to put all the intellectual efforts and the services for these projects. Thank you very much. And I think the most important is the coordination and the integration of these two components, which will be carried out by CGIS and IWM. I think that other stakeholders should also be considered when we will start the projects, especially I think the Ministry of Water Resources and the Ministry of Shipping, because the Ministry of Water Resources is also taking a lot of initiatives, particularly the upper Meghna and the lower Meghna as an integrated fashion. Similarly, BIWTA is also working mostly in the Meghna Basin area. So I think that during our consultation or during our implementation of these projects or during study, we must consider the two major ministries, which will help us a very integrated fashion of master plan for the Meghna Basin. Thank you very much for your patient sharing. Thank you.
Malik Fida Abdullah Khan. Now, I would like to request Ms. Refika Heta, the Charge d'Affaires Danish Embassy to Bangladesh, to deliver her speech.
Thank you, Mr. Taksim Khan, for inviting me to this important event and giving me the opportunity to share a few words with the respected guests in attendance. It is indeed an honor to be here today and share the stage with the Honorable Minister of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Mr. Tazul Islam, and with the Honorable Secretary of LGD, Mr. Hilal Uddin Ahmed, at this glorious occasion. As you may know, Bangladesh and Denmark's long-standing partnership has been long-standing. As one of Bangladesh's first international development partners, Denmark has been supporting the government of Bangladesh since the country's independence back in 1971. Denmark activities are centered around improved agricultural livelihoods, food security and nutrition, as well as farmer organizations and improved market linkages, making the markets work more efficiently for the smaller farmers. Our ambition is to continue to support the government in its transition from LDC countries and strengthen our bilateral cooperation even further. The Danish Trade Council in Bangladesh strives to attract Danish companies and investors in several ways to start their commercial activities in Bangladesh. This is done by promoting the local growth sectors such as water and environment, energy, agribusiness, and so forth to the Danish business. Denmark has worked with Dhaka Vasa in the implementation of Hyderabad 1 and 2. And back in 2019, Denmark agreed to support the construction of the future Hyderabad water treatment plant 3. Hyderabad 3 will help ensure access to clean water from surface water, prevent the further depletion of the groundwater table, and address key environmental concerns. These are all high priorities for the Danish government. With a total estimated budget of $133 million for the Danish part, this will be the largest project financed by Danida Business Finance to date. Going forward, the embassy in Bangladesh aims to maintain the close diplomatic and commercial ties and cooperation in relevant matters such as environmental sustainability, climate change, green economic growth, and the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. I would like to thank you once again for having me here today, and I wish the local government division, Dhaka and Cegis the very best with the Meghna River Master Plan. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Refika Heta, for your wonderful collaborative speech. And now, may I request Mr. Anirban Kundu, Country Director, KfW Development Bank, to deliver his speech.
Honorable Minister, Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Honorable Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of France in Bangladesh, Honorable Charge d'Affaires, Danish Embassy, respected Senior Secretary, LGD, respective Managing Director, Dhaka WASA, Executive Directors, IWM and CGIS, representatives from LGRD Ministry and Dhaka WASA, my colleagues from other development agencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and Happy New Year to you all. I'm delighted to represent KfW on behalf of German Financial Corporation at today's contract signing ceremony to prepare Meghna Master Plan. We are basically part of this entire endeavor with Dhaka WASA as an association with us for the Saidabad 3 project. The Saidabad 3 project is co-financed by AFD, the lead financial partner, Danish government through Danida Business Finance, European Investment Bank, and the German government through KfW. It is one of the largest water supply infrastructures financed by European Financial Cooperation worldwide. The German government through KfW is providing 90 million euro for this project. The success of the project, the securing safe drinking water supply from Meghna, depends significantly on the water quality of the river, especially at the intake point at Haria. While various studies have shown that the water quality is satisfactory now, the situation may deteriorate over next 10 to 15 years due to rapid industrialization along the river bank. Urgent action is needed now to safeguard water quality for future. We highly appreciate the importance assigned to this issue by the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. In particular, we welcome the formation of high-level committee headed by the Honorable Minister LGRDC and a technical committee chaired by Honorable Principal Secretary, Prime Minister Office to address river pollution and encroachment to revive the navigability of Meghna River. Today's contract signing ceremony marks yet another important steps towards saving Meghna River. We are hopeful the master plan to be developed over next 18 months or so under the supervision of the high-level committee will provide crucial guidance for saving the river from pollution and encroachment. We look forward to the inception report for the preparation of master plan and hope that close involvement of all stakeholders will be ensured during the process of elaborating the master plan. We would like to reiterate our commitment to being long-term partners of the Bangladesh government to secure clean and safe drinking water to the citizens of Dhaka. Now, my again best wishes to the team who are preparing master plan and Dhaka WASA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anirban Kundu. Right now, let us welcome Mr. Frank Ricoeur, Deputy Head of the Mission, Embassy of France to Bangladesh.
Honorable Minister, Mr. Tazul Islam, Senior Secretary, Mr. Helal Uddin Ahmed, Dhaka WASA Managing Director, Mr. Taksim Khan, dear colleagues, ladies, gentlemen, thank you for inviting me today. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. France has worked alongside the government of Bangladesh and Dhaka WASA for a long time to improve the distribution of drinkable water in Dhaka.
Saidabad 1 treatment plant was designed and built by a French contractor with the financial assistance of the French government. From an early stage, Gandapur treatment plant has seen the involvement of the French Agency for Development, AFD, as a financial partner, and construction works were given to the French company Suez. The water to be treated in this plant will come from the Meghna River. Because of that, the issue of preventing the pollution of the Meghna River has been a real concern from France and the other European countries involved in the project. Denmark and Germany, Denmark and Germany. Unanimously, we have repeatedly emphasized the need to address this problem before it gets out of control, making the water from the river unsuited for treatment or requiring a much more extensive and thus expensive treatment. This is why we're very happy to witness today the beginning of the establishment of the Meghna River Master Plan, aiming to specify measures to protect the river. Together with Germany and Denmark, we congratulate the government and Akawasa for achieving this important milestone. Like always, France will remain available and keen to help the government and Akawasa should they require any assistance, expertise, or financing. Thank you. Dhonnobad, apnar shomoyer jonno.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Now let us all welcome the chair of the ceremony today, Honorable Senior Secretary of the Local Government Division, Mr. Helaluddin Ahmed. May I request to deliver his speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today's contract signing ceremony program, the Honorable Chief Guest, our Honorable Minister Muhammad Tajul Islam MP. He is leading the Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperative. His Excellency charged the affairs from the Embassy of France, Germany and Denmark, representative from the development partner, Managing Director Dhaka Washa, the Additional Secretary and my dear another colleague from the Local Government Division, Executive Director Mr. Saleh Khan, Iwm, that means the Institute of Water Modeling, and the Executive Director from CEGIS, Center for Environment Geographical Information Services, a member of the electronics and the print media, ladies and gentlemen. I express my heartiest gratitude to all for being here at the contract signing ceremony for the preparation of the Meghna River Protection Master Plan between the Local Government Division and Iwm and CEGIS. We all know that a River Master Plan Committee headed by our Honorable Minister Mr. Tajul Islam MP has been working on formulation of master plan for protection from the pollution, encroachment, and increased navigability for the major river of the country. The high-powered committee was formed as per directive of our Honorable Prime Minister in 2016. Since inception, this committee has formulated two separate master plan for the protection of the river surrounding Dhaka city and Kornofuli River of Chattogram. These master plans relevant defined goal with a specific jobs and responsibility for all the relevant stakeholders. Already different ministries and organization have initiated various steps to reach their goals set in this master plan. Meghna, one of the major rivers of Bangladesh, is considered to be the part of the lifeline of this nation. Dhaka Washa has undertaken 2 surface water treatment projects, namely Gandapur water treatment and Saidabad water treatment plant 3, with water intake provision from the Meghna River. Water quality of the Meghna River needs to be preserved at a safe level for this purpose. Development partner of these 2 projects also instead of the maintenance of the water quality intact. So, directed by our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the River Master Plan Committee decided to formulate a Meghna River Protection Plan. Institute of Water Modeling, IWM, and Center for the Environmental and the Geographical Information Services will prepare a draft master plan in 18-month time period. This draft will undergo a series of the consultation and ratification on its process of the finalization. I again, on behalf of the Local Government Division, remain grateful to you all for your presence in this program and wish to receive your support in preparation in this master plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Senior Secretary of the Local Government Division, for your inspiring speech as well as for your endless support to have this happy moment today. So now let us all welcome our chief guest, Honorable Minister Muhammad Tajul Islam MP and Ministry of the Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives for give his speech.
Respected
সাইড টক করবেন না কাইন্ডলি কেউ
Chair of this occasion, Mr. Helaluddin Ahmed, Senior Secretary of Local Government Division, other guests in dais, and distinguished Chargé d'Affaires of France and Denmark, representative of development partners, distinguished dear audience, dear journalist, Assalamu alaikum. I just want to start from a bit behind. We achieved our independence under the leadership of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. His aim was to fulfill the aspiration of all people of living in this territory. So this was the main mood of taking such a risk, and through a bloodshed of 3 million people's life sacrifice, we have achieved our independence. And father of nation, his aim was to scale up the country as in the level of the developed country. But misfortunately, we lost him. But after long gap, President Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina have taken the SARS first time in the year 1996. And from then time, he have formulated holistic national program. And river was one of the important issue within all this integrated program. Especially Bangladeshi riverine country. Historically, the river transportation was carrying their commodities to various distances, and cause of that, in rural area and urban area, the transportation cost was low and people was enjoying this facility. And there is many other aspect also is there. So And beside that, as we are the downstream country of Himalaya coast, so now the days upstream countries are drawing water, and cause of that some sorts of the environmental situation we are facing. And so I think 30 years back or 40 years back, there was a huge flow of the water in the river. So it was the cause not to be sedimented that much. So almost all rivers is now, the river bed is going to be rise, and in the same time, you see Bangladesh is very densely country. Once we were under poverty, and nowadays, because of the very strong dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, this country's economic position also been lifted, and cause of that, as per capita income already been rise, and so that the peoples is buying much and consuming much, and cause of that most huge waste is generating. And all this waste are solid waste, liquid waste. There is a lot of industries there, and there is a human extract sludge is going to the riverbed, and this is creating a lot of problem. So this is one of the concern issue. It did not been out of the determination by our Honorable Prime Minister. So we have at this moment we have a goal of 2041 to leave the country in the level of the developed country. And a roadmap have been prepared, and we are walking through in this roadmap. And by this time we have in the middle, it was our target to leave the country in the level of the middle income country. So by this time, we have been actually lifted in the level of the lower middle income country, and now we have been qualified, and we have been graduated to the level of the developing country. So in all this context, actually our goal is to reach the country in the to develop country. So to leave the country in the level of the developed country, so a lot of issue we have to meet. So this is why Honorable Prime Minister about the river, all the river. This is not the only Meghna river or surrounded Dhaka. So all the river, he have given an assignment. Being a local government minister, this assignment has to be in my shoulder, just to make to renewal the all river and pollution free. So for 5 river, Podda, Doleshwari, Buriganga, Balu, and another river, altogether 5 rivers. We have already been prepared one master plan, and another was one for Karnupuli. It is in Chittagong. This is the only port, external port, which is we are considering as the gateway of economy of Bangladesh. So, and that river also, we have prepared the master plan, and with the speed of the master plan, we are working. We are trying to, we are distributing the responsibility to the various ministries. And by this time, I think you are the witness that we have taken a lot of initiative against the enforcement of the river side. And many infrastructure already been demolished, and we are also doing that. So by this time about the Meghna, actually Meghna is not out of this purview. But master plan did not been taken initiative to prepare. But at this moment it becomes, I especially thanks all the development partners, France, Denmark, and all other those who are intended to finance to our Saidabad 3 water treatment plant. This is another dimension. So because they expressed their concern that whether the river quality intact point of the Meghna river will retain quality which one is required, or that is at present level. though we have a study report, it is not a, this is not a formal one, recognized one. We have a study report that intake point water will retain pollution free, which will be convenient for the treatment plant next 20 years. Even after that, but we have taken this issue as our development partner has expressed the concern, and this concern is also our concern. So I myself have had a lot of numbers of the meeting, and finally we have decided to give the assignment. Iwm Cegis. They are the both are the Bangladeshi national organization. Institute, yeah, right, National Institute, and they are very capable, and they have a very pragmatic background historically, and other than Bangladesh, they are also working in outside. So they have a good reputation. So this assignment have been given to them, and the financial support, whatever this require, I have already been organized it from the finance ministry. So I think everything is already been completed. And today we are going to be to sign a contract that is from my ministry, Mr. Oh, Mr. Saiful Islam, Joint Secretary, and from Washa side, Mr. IWM side, and IWM and CEGS, they will sign the contract, and as a focal person of all this initiative, Mr. Taksin Khan, because the issue is presently is very important for him. So he is taking the initiative and organized this occasion. I express my thanks for this organizing this occasion, and all of audience have been participated. So I think this master plan will be very meaningful one, and actually as we have a total integrated national goal, so all this issue which we are taking in cognizance, we must have to address all these things, and we must have to extract the benefit from all these issues. Otherwise, we cannot reach to. Actually, the goal have been determined by our Honorable Prime Minister. Actually, it is not only declaration. By meaning, this declaration have been given. So, because it is already been proven, and the native peoples also are realizing, they are also admitting that the actually this goal is determination with the aim that to fulfill the to reach the goal. That is, by this time, our economy position in many area is the is showing this status. So I think this master plan will be prepared, and according to the master plan, the activities will be distributed to the respective ministries, and everybody will participate collectively, and we can achieve the spirit of the master plan. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody. আমাদের প্রিয় সাংবাদিকদের উদ্দেশ্যে আমার মনে হয় আমাদের আপনারা আমাদের ওয়াসার এমডি সাহেব ইতিমধ্যে বলেছেন, আমাদের বাংলাদেশের সকল নদীগুলোকে আমরা পলিউশন ফ্রি এবং নব্যতা ফ্রি আনার জন্য মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর আগ্রহের কারণে আমাকে দায়িত্ব দিয়েছেন, এবং সেখানে আমি একটা মাস্টার প্ল্যান করেছি 5টা নদীর জন্য, আজকে 5টা ঢাকাতে এবং কর্ণফুলী একটা সহ 6টা। তো আর আজকে মেঘনার জন্য একটা করা হচ্ছে। এখানে আমাদের ডেভেলপমেন্ট পার্টনাররা তাদের কনসার্ন এক্সপ্রেস করেছেন এই কারণে যেহেতু দে উইল ফাইন্যান্স ফর দিস পার্টিকুলার প্রজেক্ট, so whether this for the security of the source of the water they want to see, so এই জন্য ওনারা এটার জন্য কনসার্ন এক্সপ্রেস করছেন, but this concern is appreciated from my part as because it is our also requirement. It is we, unless otherwise we can make secured the water quality, so then the consequences we have to face, because we have not only the this Saidabad 3 plant, we have another 2 plant already been defending on the Meghna. So this is very important for national issue. তো আপনাদেরকে প্রিয় সাংবাদিকবৃন্দ, আমার মনে হয় আপনারা বুঝতে পেরেছেন এটার জন্য আজকে কন্ট্রাক্ট সাইনিং সেরিমনি হবে এবং এটা জাতির জন্য একটা বড় ধরনের অর্জন হিসাবে আমরা বিবেচনা করি। আমাদের নদীগুলোকে যদি আমরা সত্যিকার অর্থে নব্যতা ফিরিয়ে এনে এবং যে সমস্ত অবৈধ দখল আছে, আপনারা জানেন নিশ্চয়ই এর মধ্যে যে আওয়ার সিটি কর্পোরেশন, আই হ্যাভ হ্যান্ড ওভার অল দ্য canal to the city corporation from that is Dhaka Washa, from Dhaka, which was assigned to the Dhaka Washa in the year 1987. Actually, I was after taking the charge of the ministry, I did not been agreed with this issue. I was thinking that this thing could not be the responsibility of a organization like Washa. It could be done better by the public representative organization. So this is why I have taken the initiative, and with the consent of the Honorable Prime Minister, I have handed over to the city corporation. As city corporation have already been with a directive, then tara ei somosto oboidho dokhol encroachment gula, they will take a serious initiative against the encroachment, and all the canal will be clean, and we have a ambition. This all the canal, because at this moment we have 39 canal. At this moment, we are earlier historically we had a 52, but now we have a 39 canal existing. If once we can really can modernize, same like Al Hatijil, so Dhaka will be very enjoyable city. It is not only livable city, it will be very enjoyable city. And government have another lot of initiatives in Turag area. That is a master plan have been prepared, which have been shown me in animation, and I have actually really it is encouraging. There is if once we can do, we can make one new city. So this kinds of initiative also have my honorable Prime Minister. আমরা ঢাকা শহরকে সুন্দর একটা শহরে রূপান্তরিত করতে চাই। আপনাদের সবাই, আমার মনে হয় আমরা সবাই মিলে একসাথে কাজ করব। প্রিয় সাংবাদিক বিন্দু, আমাদের জনপ্রতিনিধিরা, সরকারি কর্মকর্তারা, we do not have any disparity, we do not have any misunderstanding, we do not have any conflicting, we have a coexisting mentality, we will work together, এবং আমরা আমাদের দেশকে আমাদের লক্ষ্যে পৌঁছাবো আশা করি ইনশাআল্লাহ। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে আমার বক্তব্য শেষ করছি। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your informative, analytical, and thoughtful speech. And respected audience, just to let you know that without the vibrant presence of the current officials of the local government division under the leadership of our Honorable Minister, it would be really difficult to have this day, this happy moment today. And thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Respected guests, honorable guest and honorable chief guest. So at this moment, we are now going to sign the contract, and on behalf of the government of Bangladesh, the contract will be signed by Mr. Mohammad Khairul Islam, the Joint Secretary of Local Government Division, Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives. And on behalf of the IWM and CGIS, it will be signed by the Executive Director of IWM, Mr. Saleh Khan. So may I now request Mr. Khairul and Saleh Khan to come here and to sign the contract.
Respected audience, I request you to be seated here. And now I think we have already arrived at the pinnacle of the ceremony today. The signing of the contract has already been done. Now I request Managing Director Dhaka Wasa to give his concluding speech or concluding remarks on the ceremony.
Thank you very much.
Everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafiz, for conducting the program. And thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you, the Secretary and CGIS and IWM, as well as thank you very much, the Honorable Charge d'Affaires of Embassy of France, Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of Denmark, and KFW and AFD, and all other guests, the guests from the ministry, guests from Dhaka Wasa, and electronic and print media. So we have already concluded our today's program. So now I will request everybody of you to take a cup of coffee and tea. It's outside, but the respected guests, you can sit here, the development partners. And I will request those to serve here. And all of us are requested to take your snacks and tea, coffee outside. Once again, thank you very much on behalf of the Government of Bangladesh, Local Government Ministry, and Dhaka Wasa. Thank you very, very much for being here.
Around 5 hours, sir.